All right, so here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to compare the two albums, which is Swaecation and the other one, Jxmtro. And let me tell you about this Swaecation right here. This Swaecation is long, boring, and dragging. I get the whole concept. He like names drops a few places. I guess as the concept of swaycation and shit like that. It's like a vacation to different spots. But Jesus Christ, it's like a vacation where you get the cheapest flight, cheapest room, and you stay in the whole hotel doing nothing but drinking the cheapest water you can find and probably going to a beach or two. It's just like that. It's just Jesus, to tell you the truth. I mean, this album. This album is long, over bloated, over sentimental about the stupidest things, just to tell you the truth. Like touchscreen navigation. It's as boring as navigating on a map. It's just that boring, like to tell you the truth. It's called touchscreen navigation, but it goes nowhere as a track. It's pretty damn boring. Heartbreak, it's the most boringest heartbreak I heard since Chris Brown Heartbreak album, to tell you the truth. I mean, there was a reference to Shawn Michaels, so I guess he was calling himself the Heartbreak Kid, but I'm telling you, it's just a dud, to tell you the truth. I do not care about it. And the lyrics show that he pretty much does not try. Like, to tell you the truth, he has this one line where he says that I make you hot like a fire drill. I mean, just pretty trash. Heat of the moment, I thought he was going to talk about stuff said on the heat of the moment and actually be nasty on this track, but he doesn't. He just makes overall boring references. Like, he literally has a line where he says, "You're killing me like homicide." Like, come on. Like, how lazy can you get? Like, it's like saying, "You're wetting me up like water." It's just total outright trash. Or better yet, napping like sleep. It's just overall trash. Oh, yes, and the flute sample reminded me totally of Drake's More Life. And now that I think of this album reminds me of More Life, where it just referenced different places and maybe add different moods to it, only to have a boring facade, a boring little singing, fucking thing. More Life was more better than this, I like to say. Okay, offshore, probably referencing the New Jersey Shore or whatever. The only thing that's really redeemable about this track is Young Thug. He does a few like vocal tricks, and then he says that he's gonna bitch slap Donald Trump. Really appreciate that. And the next track, Granada or whatever, it has this one line where he says, I'm sipping on Fiji and it tastes like water," which is so clever. It's like saying, "I'm sipping on cola, tastes like Coke." I mean, just overall trash. Now, Lost Angel, it's the only track I really love. It has this really like vocal trick done to like his voice that remind me of Unforgettable. I really love this track. And Los Angeles, it seems like Lost Angel, it seems like it's really referencing Los Angeles as a song. A very cool track, I have to say. Hurts to look, all I have to say, it also hurts to hear too. It's just utter all garbage. Red Wine, all I have to say is he's not some UB40. It's just overall trash. And he has this little reference where he says that the love makes you feel boring. Well, the song also makes you more feel boring. It's just bad. Oh, yeah, there's this last track called What's in Your Heart? Boredom, to tell you the truth. That's what it is. Overall, I'm going to give this album a freaking 2. It's bad. All right, so here's the next track, which is a album by Slim Jxmmi. It's Jxmtro, and it's really retro, like to tell you the truth. It's pretty good, you know. Let's start out with the first track. Now, the first track has been Truck, and I really like it. It has this NWA reference, and even says the whole phrase, "nigga to an attitude," which was pretty great. And I really like this line where he says that his diamonds are the size of Shamu, and she rubs his head like shampoo. Just I really thought that that line was pretty awesome. Okay, now on Players Club, he has this little reference where he says "fuck the police," which I think is connected to the whole reference of NWA, which he said on the first track. Very good. Anti-smokers social club, which I really thought was a track about being anti-tobacco, just kind of like Ugly God had with his song "Stop Smoking Black and Miles," but no, it wasn't. It's just talking about maybe it was talking about how weed can affect you and probably because of paranoia, probably alienate you from your friends. But either way, it was a damn banger, I like to say. Chanel, in my most humble opinion, was the best Chanel since Frank Ocean had the song. And you know what? The only real problem I had with the track is he has this reference where he says, "I don't care about your sign," which really, back in like the 90s, they had that whole "what's your name, what's your sign" thing. And Biggie Smalls said that was lame. And now Slim Jimmy saying that's lame. But then he turns around and says that, "Oh, I'm really, really curious. What's your sign?" Like, oh man, it's just another Slim Jimmyism when it comes to the lyrics that really baffles me. And also Pharrell, it sounds like on this track that he got hit in the nuts while he's on helium. That's how high his voice was. Like, come on, man. All right, so instead of Cap, this song should have been called Cork. Like it's a nothing of a song, to tell you the truth. Change Up has this little part of the song where he actually stops to take a breath, and I don't know if he did that for dramatic effect, but I noticed it. And also, he has this reference where he says he's Jay-Z running the game, and I think this might have been a slight reference to how Jay-Z and Game had a beef, to tell you the truth, in the early 2000s. But hey, that's just me. Keep God first. I love the messaging, but really, the only thing remarkable about this track is he says he gets so high that he looks Japanese, just an overplayed metaphor, to tell you the truth. And a little bit ironic because the next track has a referencing the selling your soul to the pot because you're cooking crack. So I really thought, oh man, that's a little bit. You have selling your soul reference next to keeping God first, a little bit ironic. And also you have a track like Growing Up, which I think was like a very bad thing to have since your voice, Slim Jimmy, sounds like you haven't grown out of puberty since you had that little squeaky voice, to tell you the truth. But overall, this is a pretty good album. It's better than Swae Lee's fucking trash garbage. And to tell you the truth, I'm gonna give it a 5. It has its problems, but overall, it's better than Swaecation, to tell you the truth. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and share this video. How did you feel about Swaecation and Jxmmi's track? Tell me in the comment section, and I'm out, guys. Doo, 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 doo.